Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jeff White, Jeff White Fitness Solutions. I want to thank you for checking out this video today. And the world, as you all know, is changing. Something is going on. Actually, there's a lot of stuff going on, but we have to pay attention to the financial aspect of it. So, in this case, Jeff White Fitness Solutions, I've been talking about a lot of financial fitness lately, and this is something that is not discussed, but this is something you have to keep in the back in your head. Okay, the US dollar right now is the world reserve currency and has been for a little more than 100 years now. So basically, everyone alive has been used to the US dollar as the world reserve currency. Now, what we are not really told is the US dollar has not always been the world reserve currency. And you can see here, you can go all the way back to 1450. Going back to 1450, you can see all the other world reserve currencies. You have Portugal, who had it for 80 years. Spain had it for 110. The Netherlands had it for 80. France had it for 95. Britain had it for 105. And then you have the United States, who has it right now. So my point is this. The US dollar is nearing the end of its world reserve currency reign. And there are many reasons why it's ending, but you have to understand it's ending. There's no doubt about it. When it ends, no one knows, but we are near the end of the reign. This is where knowing history is very important in understanding financial history, financial education, financial literacy. This isn't taught in school. So if you know that we're near the end of world reserve currency status, then that means you need to do something about it to protect yourself and protect your assets. Now, as I said before, there are many reasons for the end of the reign as the world reserve currency, but one big reason is the dollar is just steadily losing its purchasing power. And the reason why it's losing purchasing power is because they are printing it too much. The more you print out of thin air, the less purchasing power the dollar has. See, this is one big reason why there's so much inflation. Now, they will tell you that the inflation is up or prices are up because of things that other countries are doing, but they never talk about the national debt. Can you guys see this? We're talking about $30 trillion that is owed. That's the debt, people. They can't pay that back. So this just weakens the purchasing power of the dollar and is one really big reason why we are nearing the end of the world reserve currency status. Okay, guys, so this is something that isn't discussed at all in mainstream media, but you need to know. As you can see, there are a lot of countries that actually do hold US Treasuries. And this is as of January 2022. And you can see Japan, China, United Kingdom hold quite a bit of US Treasuries. But take a look at this. This came out in March of 2021, and it says, foreigners who took up a great deal of Treasury debt during and after the global financial crisis of 2008-2009 have stopped buying Treasuries. China, the largest official holder of U.S. government bonds, isn't motivated to bail America out at the moment. And with the conflict going on right now, you know they're not buying any bonds. Then it says Japan, the largest incremental buyer, is out of the market. Private investors don't want to own U.S. bonds because it's dicey to hedge the currency risk. So basically, people, other countries are not buying our bonds, and that is huge. So what are we doing in the meantime? This is interesting. So now ask yourself, if these other countries are not buying the bonds, who's buying them? We're buying our own bonds. Now I have two articles here, one from 2020, and it says the Fed buys more corporate bonds but may end purchases. It says the Fed purchased 1.3 billion in corporate bonds in late June. That was July 2020. That was 2020. Okay, now let's go up to 2022. There's an official press release from the Fed, and it said they will reduce the size of the Federal Reserve's balance sheet. Basically, they are saying, it says for Treasury securities, the cap will initially be set at $30 billion per month, and after 3 months will increase to $60 billion per month. The decline in holdings of Treasury securities under this monthly cap will include Treasury coupon securities, and to the extent that coupon maturities are less than the monthly cap, Treasury bills. So ask yourself, real simple, why do we have to buy our own bonds? We are printing bonds and then buying them back. How are we buying them back? We're printing money to buy them back. Do you guys see the problem with this? Do you see the concern that you should have for the dollar? This is not good. These other countries do not want our bonds. So we have to print them and buy them back. This is why we have the $30 trillion deficit, people, or one of the reasons, but this is a major problem. Okay, so I want you guys just to ponder this. And it says here central banks bought 19 tons of gold in April, remain net buyers in 2022. And also says central banks will continue to buy gold in 2022. Isn't that interesting? And then you take a look at this chart here, and you can clearly see how much these countries have reported as far as their gold holdings. So let me ask you a question. How much do you know about gold? Have you been taught anything about gold? And final question is, why are these countries holding so much gold? But we know nothing about gold. That should really make you think. What's going on that we just aren't being told or taught? Now, how much of this did you know about? I believe there's a lot that we are not told, and there's a lot that we have never been taught. So it's up to you to be proactive and learn everything you can about what's going on with our money. Because if they don't teach you, who will? So it's all about protecting your assets. So here are some things that we all need to start working on right now. Number one, buy food and water and other essential items while the dollar still has purchasing power. Next, create multiple streams of income. This is where you become creative and own some type of business or businesses. This way you can demand how you are paid. You dictate your payments. Next, buy physical gold and silver. If countries around the world are buying gold by the ton, then that means maybe you should start looking into it too, because they are protecting themselves. And if, in addition to gold, consider getting some silver. Last but certainly not least, watch the world news. Avoid mainstream media because they won't tell you anything. All this is key to surviving what's going on, because the dollar is near the end of its world reserve currency status, and it's up to you to protect yourself so you have a smooth transition into whatever is coming our way.